only Kanye knows the full story, you know what I mean? But what it appears from outside, at least as far as I can tell, is that, I mean, he said that he started asking Jesus for stuff and he wasn't getting it. And this was right around the time too where he lost his family. His wife still wanted a divorce, and you know, and that was a big thing for him, I think. And so I think he saw it as in a sense of failed prayers. And then yeah, and then whatever conclusions he drew from that, you know, which is unfortunate. But I think like that is a good example of like where it's like they're still people, so we don't want to put them on a pedestal just because they're, you know what I mean, they're celebrities. But it's just like, you know, they should be treated how we would any other believer. And I mean that in a positive sense as well, because a lot of times whenever a celebrity converts now, people are like, oh, they can't be saved, they're faking it and stuff like that. But with anybody else that said they converted to Christianity, you'd give them the benefit of a doubt, you know? So I'd say in both cases, treat them just like regular believers, you know what I mean? Instead of elevating them to a place higher or lower than it should be.
Yeah, Kanye had an unfortunate series of events that was the perfect storm. So if you track his salvation, we're talking late 2018 into 2019. I saw him in person. The last time I saw him in person was the beginning of 2020. Still excited for the Lord. And 2020 came around, and then the lockdowns happened. And then he got the bright idea to run for president.
America. What is America's destiny?
And then that caused strain on his marriage. And then Kim wanted to leave him. And then he had the bipolar diagnosis, which he says is not bipolar. So he was medicated for years for bipolar without actually having bipolar, according to him. You talk about hard drugs for probably a decade prior. He's doing, what's the oxygen mask stuff? He's done oxygen mask, he's done Molly, he's done coke. So you're talking about someone that has serious addictive tendencies, has done serious drugs for years and years and years, loses his family, the thing that he prayed the most for, and then generally didn't feel like the Christian community had his back. And that's what he revealed to me when we interacted, was he felt like, where were you guys at when I was going through it? Where were you guys at when I couldn't see my kids? And it's like, we were praying for you, bro. Like, well, that's the issue. All you guys did was pray. It's like, well, what did you want us to do? You know, I reached out and had tried to connect him with my Christian therapist and really tried to provide resources for him. That this false norm that Kanye was propped up as a teacher, he wasn't. He had good pastors around him. Yeah. Do we tell that person to sit down and shut up and not, you know? I don't want him to be so outspoken. Yeah. And as he's working it out privately, I think he'll sort it out.